Welcome back, Maniacs. I think that I've gotten all the bugs worked out this morning. I'm hoping. So, welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about the Trishul version 2 by Hellvape. And we're going to be talking about this little chunk of metal. But we're also going to be talking about the state of our industry and our future as vapors and what this has to do with that. So, as we always start out our live streams when they actually work, let's have us a vape, shall we? Yummy, delicious goodness. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a run through of this really quick. Vaping Bogan has done a very, very good video on this. That's actually where I heard about this, and then we'll talk a little bit afterwards. That process started something else, and that leads us to the kind of the state of where we're going. So let's focus on this for just a minute, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. I've got some show and tell stuff, kind of a little blast from the past as well. But I need another vape. Okay, so like I says, this thing here is called the Trishul, and that is what this is. This is Shiva's Trishul. It's a Hinduism thing. This is Shiva defeated somebody or another with that damn thing, and so that's what an actual Trishul is. This is the second version of this mod. The first one didn't look near as cool, so we'll go from there. Let's talk about some of the specs on this thing. It's 27 round at the very bottom, and at the top it has a 25 to 26 millimeter, or 24 to 25, sorry, a little bevel up there at the top. So if you were to have a 25, you'd have just a little bit of a gap in between your RDA and the top of the device. It takes a single 21700. It'll take a 2700 and an 18650. But honestly, why? Why would you use anything other than a 21700 for this mod? This is the varieties that they will be coming in. So copper, black, copper, and brass. They're very beautiful. The one that I have, obviously, is the copper black. Something I wanted to point out, and we'll get to that here in a little bit more in depth here in just a second, but this particular mod, it matters not the orientation that you put the battery in. It has no bearing on anything. And what that is because of some of the safety features built in. We'll watch you later. Oh, thanks, Boogeyman. Appreciate you, bro. So this is the switch, okay? This is where the magic happens. This is a little bit of a weird little switch. It uses magnets, but it uses them in a non-traditional way. Instead of using the magnets to repel one another, they use the magnets the magnets are attracting each other. And if you'll look on that explode there of the button, you'll see something called a metal gasket. Well, that's literally the secret behind this whole thing. Because when you push up on the switch, it pushes that up and it separates the magnets. And when you let go, the magnets snap back together and it pushes the button back down. So when you're using this mod, it is a little bit of a different experience than what you're used to. It's not as bad as Bogan kept going on and on about it. And I'll be honest with you, while it is different, it is not so radically different that you would give any thought to it. I mean, it does click, but other than that, that's about it. It's a lot more noticeable when you take the button off and you're just, clicking the button as itself. But during normal usage with the battery in it and you're hitting it, it still feels kind of the same. There's no real big difference there. Nothing to really write home about. Now, what I will do is this mod, and this is why I think this is important. Okay, this is like super important, and I hope y'all understand why. But on the inside of this thing, if you look, it's got that black coating, and that black coating goes all the way up at the top. And what that is that's a protective lining. And that's why you can take your battery and you can put it in any orientation that you want. Because the reason why you should never put a battery in upside down, no matter what the fucking mod manufacturer tells you, is because that, in essence, if you turn it upside down, you're making the body of the mod the fucking positive. And anything that touches that battery, if there's a nick, a scratch, anything, it is going to light up. There's just no way the fuck around it. And even even the most experienced person can have a battery that has a little nick on it that maybe you didn't notice. And when you turn the body of the fucking mod positive, that's when shit goes boom. Okay? With this mod, that doesn't matter. Because they've built in this safety, this little coating in there, so it doesn't matter. So it's not a matter of you'll get more of a hit or less of a hit. I personally don't run my batteries in any other orientation other than the negatives touching the bottom of my RDA. This is a hybrid mod. This is let's see here. It's heavy mod, that's for damn certain. But as you see, it makes vapors. Okay, and that's really, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is making vapors, but making vapors safely. And to me, that's a huge, huge thing. That should have been their marketing on this thing from get-go, is the safety in it. Because there are some people out there who are just not inherently safe. And usually they are not around in vaping for very long, but those are the stories, the horror stories that you hear. When a battery vents or something like that. And I believe every mechanical mod, hell, even regulated mods, I believe there should be that level of safety built into it. As far as the look goes, let me bring up a picture again of the varieties there. Give me just a second. All right, so if we look, camera, all right. If we look at it, you can see there at the top, what you've got some like thin heat sink like fins at the top. They're not heat sinks; they're just there for pretties. Then you have the way the shape of the body is a little. It's kind of unusual, but it's very ergonomic and it holds very well in the hand. And then you have your switch there. Now, something I did want to point out is, if you look there at the bottom with the switch, that gap is there no matter what. This wasn't cut flat where it's supposed to, try to be seamless or anything like that. So that is just a design element of it. There's nothing you can do about it. There's just this like little line all the way around there, right? You've got some of these cutouts right here. They're not like some other mods where they're uncomfortable or anything like that. They actually don't hinder the experience in any shape, form, or fashion. They don't really add a whole lot to it, so they're just pretties. It's just there as a design function. There's three of them, and so it just looks good. Now, something about these top fins that I had remembered from the old days is, you know, when you did like the Vulcan had a whole bunch of those heat sinks, top and bottom, or whatnot, but you get juice in there, and God, it was a pain in the butt to get out. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to have that same problem with this damn thing. Actually, they're very, very shallow. And so you can just take a rag. If you do happen to get juice, if you overfill and get some juice in there, you don't even have to have a super fluffy rag or nothing. Just anything will work. They're not that deep. And it cleans out just painfully easy. Okay. I have run this mech up against what I consider to be some pretty heavy hitters, and it holds its own. Uh, Among the testing of the mods that I ran it against, this came in slightly behind one other. And to put it into like measurements for you, it would be kind of like um, winning by a nose. I mean, that's how close it was. Um, this is a performer. This has very, very little, if any, voltage drop whatsoever. It is probably one of the most well constructed tube mods that I've ever come across. It's thought about very, very well. And one other thing to point out about the switch down here, which is pretty cool, is it's got this. This is silicone, this black thing up here, and what it does is it squishes down. And so what'll happen is that is what it takes away any battery rattle that you would have. So any battery you put in there, it's not going to rattle. It makes a nice snug fit. This is a constant contact. Let's go back to the blow up of the switch. And if we look on here, you can see we've got there's a spring down in the bottom, a la Vapor's Cloud, the VTech switch. They've just taken it and made it a whole lot fucking bigger. So it actually encompasses the entire switch and not just the rod or the post on the switch. And then you have the arc transfer contact and then the power contact. And when you're closing the circuit by pushing the button, those are the two pieces that are touching. And it's very easy to take apart. And looking at the bottom of mine, I'm not got any arcing or anything on the bottom of mine. This is the top one, and look at that. There's not a drop of arcing. Not any on that side whatsoever. I don't think that's arcing. I think that's just dirt. Yeah, that's just patina. Um, whoa. So all in all, it performs very well. And what that's going to do is that's going to segue us into vaping in general and the world with mech mods and the world without mech mods, because that day is coming. Or let me clean that up just a little bit. There's going to be mech mods. You just better be ready to pay $400 or $500 fucking dollars for one. There's still some niche, is that the proper pronunciation? Companies, very similar to me, who make their own mods. I make wooden box mods. They make tube mods. But because they're so small, they're limited runs. You're talking anywhere from $200 to $500 for a tube mod. That's not going to get out into the mass public. That's for people who watch this channel. Normally, for people like me, I wouldn't pay $500 for a mech mod. I wouldn't give a fuck what it looks like, because at the end of the day, it's a tube of fucking metal. You know, you can go to Lowe's and get a length of fucking pipe for like $5 fucking bucks. I understand there's some skill involved, you know, threading, coming up with a design for the switch, all that other shit. I get that. There ain't no $500 worth. Okay? All your fancy engravings that you have on the outside, most of those are not done by hand. There are some out there who actually do it by hand, and you know what? Sad motherfucking loot, because you've got mad skill. But most of them are done on lasers, either lasers or CNC machines, and that's programming. That's not by hand. So the thing is these are going to go away in affordable form if we don't do something about it. Let's have a vape. So I wanted to show y'all some stuff. And a lot of y'all might know this stuff already, and some of you might not. So what we have here, this is, let me see if I can get the name to show up. That's Smoke. You know, the people who make the box mods, right? You know them, all over the place. Well, they used to do tube mods. They used to be super popular. Oh, I've got the locking ring on. There we go. Nice clicky button. Oh, very nice. But yeah, Smoke used to make mech mods. Anybody recognize this gem? Anybody? This is a Sigeli. This is the original Sigeli Fuchai. Yeah, Sigeli used to make tube mods. Anybody got anything on this one? Anybody? Some of you may remember this one. This is a Limitless. They started out making tube mods. Now they make box mods. Now they did come out with a tube mod here recently, but I don't know. I haven't even messed with that. And then this one. This is a bit more rare. But let's see if we can... That's a Snow Wolf. You know, like the Snow Wolves are selling in the stores, the regulated 220 watt devices or 200 something whatever devices. Yeah, the first incarnation of the Snow Wolf was a tube mod. Tube mods used to be just the basic of what vaping was. Now, there is... Let me pull these over here real quick. There is a difference, though. This Smoke was a piece of shit. Tons of voltage drop. The Snow Wolf, 26650 device, not that good. It really isn't. The Limitless, now Limitless was rocking in its day. It was rocking. However, this setup that you see right in front of you, this is... As it sits here, I've got about $350 invested in it, which is insane, but I did it little pieces at a time. I did new switches, new contacts, the resin thing, and then with the little mini Buddha sitting on top. So this represents about $350, which is insanely fucking stupid. This one is a little bit better. This one hits very, very nice. This used to be the hardest hitting mod I had. Got a Robomizer V2 up here. Only reason it's on here is because this has 6 sides. It has 6 sides, all matchy-matchy. I'm down with some matchy-matchy shit. But this one actually hits not that bad. This is actually a pretty good tube mod. And it was relatively... decently priced at the time. Better save vaping. Damn right. We're out to save this shit. So this is, and you can't get this anymore. This is non-existent. This was 2015. Okay, we're sitting here in 2020. I don't know if anybody else, how long anybody had been out there watching reviews, but there was always a negative. no matter what device was out there, there was always a negative. Oh, I wished it had this, or, it doesn't do this very well, or whatever. There was always some sort of negative or something that the reviewer could pick up on and, say about it that was negative. And basically, all that was to seem like that they're being fair and balanced. That, they're trying, that it's not just perfect, that we're not for sale, or, boy, don't get me started on that shit. But, um, there was always a fucking negative. Always. There's not one. There is not a performance negative on this son of a bitch. Not fucking one. I've come up with two because technically I'm a reviewer and technically I've got to come up with a negative. If I don't come up with a negative, I haven't done my fucking job. But they're subjective. It has literally nothing to do with the performance. If you pick this up, if you screw an addy on it, if you put a battery in it and you hit it, you're going to get one hell of an fucking experience. It is just a fantastic fucking vape. I mean, it just fucking performs. So let me get the negatives out of the way. I know that's what everybody's waiting on. You got to say something bad about it. Okay, the first is that line right there. I hate that line. I would rather that it be across and not so noticeable. I'm not a huge fan of seams, and I understand exaggerating seams because you're going to see it anyway, so you might as well do something, with it. I'm not a huge fan of it. Everything else about it, the little lines up here, I've got no problem with. The little lines down the side, I have no problem with. I just wished that wasn't quite so noticeable. The second issue I have with it is there's only one more thing that can be done to make this mech mod safer, and that would be to put a locking switch on this. This does not have a locking switch. Now, it sits flush, and I mean, it is perfectly flush. It's not recessed or nothing. It's perfectly flush. So if you set it down, it's not going to fire. So I understand why they didn't put a locking switch on it. But if you want to get down to just nitpicking the living fuck out of it, if you wanted to make this the safest, it seems so you know where the button is at. Oh. That'll be enough of that, behemoth. That'll be enough. Thank you very much. If you wanted to make this the safest mech mod in the world, and with every possible precaution you could put on it and still have it be a tube mod, the lock is the only thing this thing is missing. Okay? So, yeah, where's the button, man? Button. Who's got the button? Damn it, y'all gotta stop that shit. Okay, so so what do we take away from all this? What do we take away? It may not be the best mech mod ever designed or ever produced, but it ticks off all the boxes. No voltage drop or hardly any voltage drop. It's appealing, it's comfortable, it's easy to use, it's safe, and it's just all around a good mod. Oh, but wait a minute, you're not telling us what the price is, man. You're building us up, man. You're not telling us what the price is, because I bet it's like really expensive, man. No, it's not. This is under $75. Depending on, it's not out yet, okay? But what I've heard the MSRP will be is like $73.50, okay? Now, for those of you who think that's a lot of money, I would go ahead and tell you, see if you can make one of these motherfuckers yourself for $75. And that's pretty much my, when I look at something, not even non-vape related. Let's take the microphone, right? That cost $100. Well, I'm willing to pay it because I know damn good and well that I can't make this microphone for under $100. I know how to solder. I know how to put shit together, but I could not make it look this pretty. Um, I don't know if it'd be as pretty or not, but I'll give that a whirl. $73.50 is not that much for something of this quality. Back in the day, you would pay 73, hell, you'd pay more than $75 for a piece of fucking shit. Something that would give you a hot button. It's hella cheap. I'm going to make my car battery to pay for 40. I've got a funny story about that. Remind me of that later. From demented minds, we kind of think alike. But this is a quality product at a good price that you're not going to have to worry about. Here's the deal. Companies aren't going to be making this shit much longer. I've had an opportunity to speak with Hellvape, to the owner of Hellvape, and just, get some information from her, find out a little bit more background about the mod. And she's a very personable, and so she's just decided to, just chit chat with me about random stuff. And in the course of our conversation is, I'm surprised that they're even putting this out, because they know that this isn't a big ticket. This isn't going to be a huge seller. They know this. That's why, you're not seeing as many RDAs out there as you used to. That's why you're not seeing 2 mods, because they know the market for this isn't as big as the pod or disposable or the variable wattage. They get that. And that they're even making this kind of surprises me, to be honest with you. And I told her I was actually surprised at it. But they felt very passionate about making this. I guess, someone come up with a design and they're like, let's make it and see what the hell happens, right? But I'm here to tell y'all people, if this shit bombs, if they don't sell worth a shit of these companies are just going to fucking stop making them. And I don't know about y'all, but that worries the fuck out of me. I can't hardly find a mech mod nowadays anyway. Even the super expensive ones, because they're running such limited quantities. You can't hardly find any anymore, and especially brand new at a reasonable fucking price. That is safe. That is good. I don't know. I don't know if I'm conveying this. We're on the precipice here, man. We are what you and me are, the people who watch this channel regularly. What we are is we're a fringe element now. I mean, we're fucking fringe. What the fuck? We were the top of the pops. We were what it was all a fucking about. And now we're a fucking fringe? Man, fuck that shit. We're not a fringe. We are the heartbeat. We are what keeps vaping alive. Because these cockfucks on these pod systems and disposables, when the going gets tough, these motherfuckers are going to head right back to the convenience store and get a motherfucking cigarette. We won't. But if we as a community don't support companies like this, who are trying to give us stuff. They're trying to give us options. If we don't support that, we have no one to blame but ourselves. Because at the end of the day, these are companies trying to make money. If you own the company, that's what you would be doing. You would try to be making money. That's the whole fucking point of starting your own business. And I don't begrudge them their $73.50 fucking cents for trying to keep our community stocked with good shit. They're not throwing shit out there at us. They're not throwing shit like this out here at us. No. They're throwing good stuff our way. And I think it behooves us as a community to support companies that do that. I don't give a flying fuck where they're from. America, China, Spain, South America, Canada. Oh, yeah, even Canada. I wouldn't give a fuck if there was a mod maker in fucking Antarctica. We have got to support these people. Okay? One of the things I was talking about is I told them, hey, who fucking doesn't? But I've got an idea for an RDA. Obviously, it's a 30 millimeter RDA. They're hesitant. Now, they took the design. It's getting run through by the engineers. But they're hesitant because the market isn't there. They don't think. They don't think the market is there. I think differently because on my store, I sell out of 30 millimeter stuff all the time. That stuff that isn't going to be made anymore, you know what I mean? I get it at the end of its life cycle, pretty cheap. Put it on my website. It's gone. It's gone forever. The Buddha version 3, poof, gone. North Korea should make a mod. God damn it, I've got another good story about that. Cut that fucking shit out. Let me finish my goddamn diatribe. Anyway, where the fuck was I? Oh, god damn it, Behemoth. Oh, they don't see a market in the 30 millimeter. The thing is, like the Buddhas, all the Buddhas from Vapors Cloud, poof, gone. You're hard pressed to get an Asgard, or you're hard pressed to get a Centurion, or you're hard pressed to get a lot of the larger devices. There's a fucking void there, but they don't see it that way because those manufacturers aren't on the same level as they are. This is a company that's kicking out 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 pieces of shit of vape gear. And so when they think numbers, they think in a whole different fucking stratosphere, man. I've learned so much from the owner of Hellvape. It just, boom, it's blown my fucking mind, man. It's just unfucking believable. So that's what my message here today is. My message here today is, as a community, as people watching this video, my normal 30 to 50 people will watch this video, and I love you. There's going to be maybe another 100 to 200, 300, maybe even 1,000 people who click on this video to watch about the mod. And I hope you've stuck around here this long. We need to support companies who do this because they are going to fuck away. And they eventually, once they're gone, it's harder to bring something back than it is to modify something going forward. We need to support these companies that do this type of stuff. They're not putting a piece of shit out here for you and trying to dress it up. They're putting out a quality fucking product that you should fucking buy. And yes, yeah, it's self-serving because I will have them on my website. But do you see my website planted on here anywhere? No, you fucking don't. I try to keep my website, that whole side of the business, separate from Maniacal Vapes. Quite a few of my subscribers have actually figured it out. But I don't pimp my fucking website. I'll be selling them, yes, and I hope that I can sell them and I can make some money. But I need people to buy them, not just from me, but from your vape store or your online retailer, whatever. We need to send a message that if these companies are going to cater to us, that we appreciate what the fuck they're doing and we will support what the fuck they're doing, and we are here for them if they're going to be here for us. It'd be a whole lot different if they were just putting out a piece of shit and saying, here you go, fellas, it's a mech mod. No, they're putting out quality shit. So, end of motherfucking rant. Woo! Let's juice this bitch up and have vape. Yeah. It hits it nice, y'all. It really does. This is they were kind enough to send me this. These don't get released until mid-November. They were kind enough to send me one of these. They didn't send it to me for review. I bought it. But they were kind enough to sell it to me. Um, and I told them, yeah, I'm probably going to do a video about it. Local vape stores only carry pods and basic kits. Then buy it from motherfuckers like me. Either, if not me, someone else like me. I can't be the only one out there, man. I can't be the only website out there that sells 30 millimeter RDAs, that sells 4 battery devices or 3 battery devices or whatever, whatever's in stock. I can't be the only one. I mean, and if your local store doesn't carry it, and that's another good point. Thank you, Behemoth. You're my fucking hero today, Behemoth. You're my fucking hero, all right? If your local vape store doesn't carry that shit, tell them. Okay, hey, motherfucker, guess what? I don't do pod systems. I don't do fucking disposables, okay? I do this shit. And everybody I know does this shit. How do you expect to get me and my group in here if you don't carry it? That's one of the things I love about the vape store I work at. We cater to everybody. And as a matter of fact, they're giving me an entire cabinet for Apotheosis. It's fucking awesome, man. They're giving me so I can put, because they don't necessarily want to invest that much in all this stuff, but I've already got the investment in. I've already got a freaking shelves full of fucking vape gear, man. And so they're working with me and they're like, you know what? Hey, fill it up and we'll figure out how we're going to split up the profits. And I'm like, that's fucking cool because people stopped going to the store. People have stopped. People like you, people like me, we stopped going to vape stores because they don't have what we want. The only way that's going to change is if a vape store has what we want. And if a vape store can't afford to fucking carry these motherfuckers in stock for a few people who might come in, then they're on the brink of fucking bankruptcy anyway and fuck them in their neck. These aren't that expensive at the wholesale level. They're not that expensive at the retail level. They could spread their wings just a little bit. Instead of spending a fuck ton of money on CBD fucking shit, put it into Mech Mods or put it into something that saves lives. Vaping saves lives. At the end of the day, that's what it does. CBD does not save your life. It may make your life more comfortable. It does not save your life. Vaping saves your fucking life. There we go. Another vape again. Got me all ranty. Oh, yeah. Let me make sure I didn't put... yeah, I put all my little pictures up. All right, so that's what our video is for today. Support some businesses. If you have any questions about this particular mech mod, it's not coming out for a few weeks. Put something in the comment. Ask a fucking question. I'll be more than happy to answer any and all questions about this device. It's very simple, but it's good. All right? Just the end of it. That's what it is. It is good. It is simple. It is safe. And for me, the whole safe thing, I went on and on about it when I was talking to the owner. I feel these stores will sell Herbalife soon. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the fucking flavor ban. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. Yeah. And I understand what these vape stores are doing. They're trying to transition over. Hell, we've got a whole group, like it's the Walmart of vaping around here. It's called Vapor World. And they've got probably better than 20 to 50 stores. And they've changed their name. Well, it still says Vapor World, but underneath it, it says CBD Glass and Kratom. And I'm not a huge fan of all three of those. So, I mean, what's the point? But, take the vapor world off. The flavor bans are coming. They have come. They're going to continue to come. It's going to get worse before it gets better. I am a strong proponent, and I believe this wholeheartedly. We may go underground, but we will rise again. We will be the phoenix. They can try to kill us all they want. We are too big. There's too many of us. The science out there is irrefutable. Vaping saves lives. No matter how much that they want to paint it as, saving the youth, or you're going to get this, or it has this in it, or whatever, it doesn't matter. The science will prevail. Vaping will prevail. It's going to look a little bit different. As I've stated in the past, I think it's going to look a little different. But vaping will always be here. And as long as there's people like me out here who I make juice, I make devices, I'm ready. I'm ready for the vape apocalypse. And I will carry as many motherfuckers on my back with me as I possibly fucking can. I ain't going nowhere. This is too important. It's too important to just give up on. I understand vape stores, with the overhead, keeping the lights on. I understand they got to do what they got to do. But it's not their problem to worry about the liquids when it comes to these. Because if someone's going to buy this, they're going to know where to get liquid. No doubt about it. And would they rather sell this? You know what I mean? And make $1 or $2? Huh? I mean, it's kind of the way I look at it. As long as you're making $1, man, it's worth your time. It's worth your fucking time. So, Snap-on Tools have a truck. It's a good business model, but it takes time and effort compared to a small shop. Waiting for my next check to get some. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tell a fucking friend. The same that goes, what I said about this goes as well. Supporting people like me. I don't know. I've got to assume, man, that I'm not the only motherfucker out there. I got to assume that. There's other idiots out there just like me who carry the stuff like I carry and who make juice and have, product to sell and all that stuff. Support them. Support them. I mean, that's the only way that we're going to go forward. Is this was born by us, for us, to save our lives. And through all the ups and downs that this industry has gone through, at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to. Us. That's what it's going to come down to. Us saving each other and keeping each other alive. That's the best way I can put about it. You know what I mean? So, so I think that's about it, y'all. Yeah, and actually, Grimm doesn't make juice anymore. His facilities were in Michigan and Whitmer when she did the shutting down of the because of the coronavirus. She shut down that business and then shut down vaping as well. I think she did the full-on vape ban. I think she was one of them that tried that. And they're getting away with it right now, man. They are. They're getting away with it. It's a damn shame. You hate to see it. You never thought America would come to this. But it has. The only thing we can do is be who we are, do what we do. And we know that this is better than a cigarette. It doesn't matter. Hell, it doesn't matter if you're using this piece of shit smoke. Okay? It doesn't matter. At least you're not smoking. At least you're trying to save your life. All they're trying to do is get you back into the fold so that MSA money can flow. And it sucks that shit is about money. I mean, everything is about money, but I think there's good money and bad money. The story on the north. The story on the I'm actually going to save those for another video because that's a pretty good idea. Why not unflavored juice? Add the flavors at home secretly. The thing is that may be fine for people like you and me, but those people who are not as adept or not willing, the thing is, the cigarettes are so easy, man. They're so damn easy. You just go up to the convenience store, buy them, unwrap them, light them the fuck up. It's so easy. And people in today's world do not wish to be inconvenienced at all, especially now that the coronavirus has hit. Motherfuckers are getting groceries delivered, getting their food delivered. Everything is fucking delivery. You're not having to raise a fucking hand, man. That's bad for long term no matter what, but especially with vaping, it's a matter of people don't want to be bothered to nick something up or to flavor something up. And then the other part of it is with juice, steeping does matter. If it's not steeped, it's not the same. And that's a whole thing for, I had a conversation with someone about that the other day. But it's just, we shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to do that to save your life. I can think of no other industry where you have to fight. That would be them like telling you, well, if you don't wear your seatbelt, or if you wear your seatbelt, you're getting a ticket. If I see you with that seatbelt on, you're getting a ticket. You know what? I'm wearing my seatbelt, man. I'm wearing my seatbelt. I don't give a fuck what they say. So, I'm going to end it right there. We are 48 minutes and 36 seconds into this video. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. Thank you for watching. Support these companies. Support Hellvape. Support me. Support other companies like me. Other companies like Hellvape that are trying to do something to help us out. Support them, man. You've got to support them. We have to. Or else we can be the world's largest vaping community with nothing to vape on but 2015 ass shit. All right. You know what? I've got hundreds of mods up here. I'm okie dokie. Really? Do you want to be vaping this? No, you don't. So let's support. Let's support these motherfuckers, okay? Let's do this. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, man. Bam.